My name is Thomas O'Shaughnessy. I'm the Assistive Technology Officer at the University of Limerick. We have approximately around 12,000 students. The courses range from engineering and science to education to music to humanities.
My name's Pat Hoey. I'm the Access Manager in the University of Limerick. So that role is really managing initiatives that look at widening participation to the university for groups that are underrepresented in higher education. And one of those would be people with disabilities. I think for us and for all educators in third level, we have to think, and indeed the students need to think about professions after education. So we're not just teaching our students, we are getting them ready for when they graduate.
When new students arrive, they normally come to Disability Services when we have an assessment with them. We sometimes give them extra time, sometimes we give them human readers. But we found that a lot of students were reluctant to ask the invigilator to read the question for them if someone else was present in the room. And what happens was there were so many rooms required for readers that we were stretching almost the whole length of our whole main building. We knew this wasn't practical going forward, so we had to find that kind of solution, and that's where the ExamReader pen came in. We trialled it with 5 students and it worked really well. So they replaced the need for human readers in the classroom.
The fact that we had the pen was really a miracle, that you could actually negotiate yourself through a text without input from another individual. You could get yourself into an exam situation where you could actually read the questions yourself. So you were fully informed, you were independent.
The technology that the university have shown me, I didn't know any of it before coming into the university. The pen makes it much easier, kind of less awkwardness there, that you're not asking someone, you're not relying on someone to read something back to you that just couldn't make head nor tail of. But if you have the pen, you've no fear of that at all. You can just scan whatever you want, go over it and listen back.
We found out with our students that feedback was starting to come, that people were misreading questions, but now with the reading pens I'm not getting that feedback. These pens read out perfectly, they read out with a proper accent, they don't have to worry about mistaken words.
Sometimes I just miss words in the question, and then it can lead to me writing stuff that's not relevant if I read the question wrong. Chemistry, it kind of helps because they're bigger words and you can actually hear what they sound like, but I try to know how to say them.
We train the students usually in the weeks leading up to the exams. It's about a 10-minute session that we do with the students around the reading pen. We scan in past exam papers, I go through the features of the pen, and then all the students get to trial it out. The students seem to pick up the pen really easily because the features on it are pretty straightforward.
I had like a day introduction to actually use the reading pen, that you had to change it from left-handed to right-handed because I'm left-handed.
Once you have your headphones in and you have the voice there and you're constantly concentrating on scanning it, it makes it so much handier that you have something to concentrate on. There's nothing really outside you because you're looking down at the page, the headphones in the ear, you're hearing it back, so there's very little to actually distract you.
So we started originally with 5 reading pens. After that we moved to, I think it was 37, then it went to, I think 126 last semester. I think we worked it out in the first exams, just with first years alone, I think it saved us something like €7,000. But we were predicting that maybe when every year is using it, that we'd be saving approximately 25,000 a semester. But most of all, it's taken over that need for the students to be reliant on someone else. We can't send them out into the work environment not being able to read handouts of material that they've been given anything in hard copy. So now the students can take reading pens out into the workplace, they can scan text away, they don't have to be embarrassed.
It's efficiency for the organisation, but also efficiency for the student. The key thing for us is to make that individual independent, empowered, learn their programme of study, learn their profession, and then being able to transfer into a work environment seamlessly and be confident.
The university is very supportive in that the technology isn't just based towards schooling or education. They're feeling like, I'm only allowed to use that in college or only on college material. I found there's actually one girl that I was talking to, a friend of mine, that uses the pens as well. And she says she has in her bag with her, and if she's ever in a restaurant or something and she sees something on a menu, she scans them as well and she carries it around with her.
So the pen's enabling to work better in a work environment. If you had only a day to read a thing, it might be easier to have a reading pen just to go over the stuff instead of sitting down and reading it yourself. You could have a little bit of an aid. Some students would feel that their disability would have a negative impact, but they can be confident and say, look, I have this technology and it's worked for me. I have a first in my degree. I got that through being an independent learner, through the use of reading pens, and it makes me as efficient as anyone else. Probably makes me more efficient because I have to think outside the box
I've had to adapt, and I can adapt also in employment.